Yo, people, what's going on? Welcome back to YASSERTV. Do you know what I mean? 1 second. And yeah, man. Another Sunday, another football chat, or we can call it like a transfer window update, where we just speak about what's any updates and we see what's going on and that. I mean, what transfers have been done over the line, all of that. Yeah, man. Just make sure you hit the like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. If you're watching this on the replay, then goes for you. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And I say make sure you hit the like, subscribe to the channel. Helps us out a lot. And yeah, man, I think I woke up to the Eketike, here we go. I think. Yeah, let me have a look at this. Twitter. Let's see what's going on. Oh my days, bro. People are joking about about Yokeres. How am I saying he's gonna be on the flight, but he's on the plane to Magaluf? You know what I mean? Not Singapore. That's crazy. Okay, let me have a look at this quickly. Share. Let me share this because there's actually an update from Fabrizio. That's it. So Fabrizio tweeted 12 minutes ago, and he basically says that Victor Gyökeres maintains his clear position despite links with United and more clubs. He wants Arsenal. Total priority to AFC project since June and no change of plans with agent on the same page as Gyökeres. Now, let's do this now, innit? Let's speak about the Gyökeres thing now and then keep it stepping, innit? Like, a big up Vigilante as well, man. Hope you're well. Let me. Yeah. So. Yeah, I forgot I was sharing that screen, but it's alright. Anyway, let's go. Okay, this is a weird one, isn't it? Because Ekatike is in a similar position where he's signing from a with this whole add-ons and all that. Like, we know what's going on, innit? Like, for someone to just say it's easily done and it's gonna be done, you don't know. Because how long does it take to just change the add-ons, bro, to something more normal, and then you just sign the thing and move on? That's the thing that don't make sense for me, innit? Like, they keep saying every time there's an update, they keep telling us it's very close, very close. What does that even mean? You were close anyway when the only thing you had to discuss was the add-ons. You were already close. So why you keep telling us they're close and close? Because it's the same thing. Do you know what I mean? It's the same thing, bro. It don't make sense. But yeah, man, we'll see what's going on with that. Big up to Eros. Let me change this quickly. Yeah, big up to Eros, big up to Vigilante. Yeah, all of that. Yeah, big up to all of you, man. Thank you for tuning in. Because I know my guy views is live as well, so thank you for pulling up on the stream, man. Thank you. Make sure you're hitting the likes, though. Hit the likes. Now, what's this? What's some other news on here? Let me share the other screen again. Evan Ferguson will land in Roma later to sign his. What? You're telling me Evan Ferguson might go for the same price, potentially, yeah, as Marcus Rashford? What? How does this even work, bro? Big up my guy, man. Big up my guy, Propaganda, man. Big up, bro. You know what I need to do, yeah? I need to... We'll see what happens anyway. Big up, bro. Hope you're doing well, you know. Let me change this. Yeah, this thing, I don't know why it's moaning, bro. My PC, I don't know what's going on. Anyway, 7 people in the building. Make sure you hit the likes. Now, let's keep going, innit? I just read that. Yeah, how's Evan Ferguson going for the same price, yeah, as Marcus Rashford, fam? Like, someone make it make sense, because it don't make sense. Do you know what I mean? It don't make sense. Like, obviously, I think he's going on loan, and he has an option to buy for 40 million, but that's the same thing that Rashford has with Barcelona. Bro, I don't remember, after that season Evan Ferguson had, I don't remember seeing him ever. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know how that makes sense. But we'll see what's going on with that. Then obviously Ben Jacobs tweeted 22 minutes ago, and he's talking about Man United haven't bid for Gyökeres and have no plans to do so, which means he's still only Arsenal's. Do you know what I'm saying? He's only really there with Arsenal. Who's this? Ah, Saul. Ah, that's the guy that played for us, bro. You know? Oh, I remember when he played for us, bro. That never worked out, but at least our owners were just bringing in players, bro. Is this a one-man thing? Yeah, you know, it's just a. I mean, I can send you the link still if you want, but let me have a look at this. Give me a second. If you want to jump on, let me know on it. I can send you the link. Big up, big up. He didn't have any GA on his loan from West Ham. Is this? But this is what I'm saying. It don't make sense, innit? This is what I'm saying. Especially when it comes to him, it didn't make sense at all, bro. Oh, you're going live in like 15 minutes, innit? Okay, cool, cool, cool. Listen, I'll invite you on for a show anyway, so it should be alright. We'll do a proper show. I'm just trying to do this. I'll do this one solo today, innit? I ain't done like a solo stream for like a week, fam. Do you know what I mean? So, but yeah, man, big up to my guy. Make sure you're subscribing to Propaganda Machine, man. You know what I mean? Some of you in the chat, that's your fellow Arsenal fan. Do you know what I mean? Funny guy and that. You know what I'll do, yeah, real quick. Yeah, we'll grab his link, put it in the chat, mate. Make sure you're subscribing to him in the chat. So let's keep going now, innit? Yeah. That's that link I just put in the chat. Yeah, it's for my guy Propaganda Machine. Yeah, man like Blacker. Just make sure you subscribe to his channel, man. One sec. It should be alright. 3-6 likes. Yeah. So let's keep going, innit? Big up to you, bro. Now, yeah, Sal apparently terminated his contract after being there for 17 years, and he will sign for Trabzonspor. Yeah, big up the Turkish team. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, man. Let's see. You know, sometimes it's just time to go, innit? It's time to go. Who else is on this, bro? Brian Mambuemo at Carrington. Yeah, listen, finally, blood. And then look, is that him and his dad? Yeah, they both look just the same, lad. If his dad just took off the glasses and had a beard, fam, they would be. We'd think he's Mbuemo, bro. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. Finally, I think it's a very, very good signing. I'm not one of them guys that's always talking about the price, because like I said before, yeah, it just depends on how much you need the player, innit? Depending on how much you need the player, it's how much you're paying for it. So, like a lot of the times, there's not many players that score 20 GA a season, innit? And it hasn't been for a long time. Like the people like Mo Salah, Aubameyang when he was here last, like when he was at Arsenal. Bro, you have to think a lot to remember. Like Harry Kane, those are the people that are scoring 20 goals. So to get someone that can score 20 goals a season, or has done it before in the Premier League, should be helping them a lot, innit? So I don't think that it's necessarily a thing where they should be annoyed that it's 70 million, bro. Like the winger market this season specifically has just been rubbish. Like, so if you can get one of the best ones out there, do your thing and get him, bro. Do you know what I mean? And not every move has to do with the amount of money you spend on the player. What I mean by that, some other teams are looking at, or some other fans are looking at resale value and stuff like that, yeah. And if he can provide them with, if he can help them get back where they were before, winning them games and stuff like that, and being very important in them building back towards, getting back to the top, then 70 million is what it costs, mate. Do you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter. Like, for me, it's not always about making money back. You can make money back of another transfer. Do you know what I mean? So it doesn't matter. Final, then FC Porto have just signed all documents. I don't know who this guy is in it, but big up to Final. You know what I mean? They just sign random people, like random kids that have potential, because they ain't really got money like that. Nah, man, of course Vigilante, man. Anytime, bro. You're a real one, innit? Yeah, this 50 minutes ago you could fully complete this. This is the thing though, yeah. Yeah, I know that, Embuemo's thing's taken a long, long time and all that, but at the end of the day, he's done the medical, I think, and he's completed his move, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? So like, this is why the whole Jokeris thing just don't make sense to me. Either the thing can still fall through, but people are acting like it's done. The same way people said the Eze thing is done, he's coming, whatever. And then 2 weeks later, I'm hearing we spoke to his agent, and Arsenal only spoke to his agent. Nah, they've never really made club-to-club contact. But I thought it was about to be done. So what's going on? You know what I mean? Some people just seem to, as soon as their club's linked to a player, they think it's just done. I mean, I wait for them to wear the shirt, mate. You know what I mean? Till I see them wearing the shirt, that's when you get my you've landed. We'll have a conversation about what they would do in your team and that, but other than that, there's nothing there. Tim Weah only wants Olympic Marseille. Yeah, because remember they also had the risk, yeah, Blacker, of losing the player, or like not selling the player, not selling the player. That's the thing. People keep telling me the Gyökeres thing's done. Like, how is it done? Like, man just said this, so how's it done, bro? They're still saying United hasn't done a bid, and then on here saying his clear position links to the United more. He wants Arsenal. If it was done, why would he want? He'd be done, bro. If it's done, or you're doing this whole done deal but not completed deal, fam. Do you know what I mean? That don't make sense, bro. I don't think, like, it's still not done yet. They're still hassling about this add-ons, bro. That's what I think happened, bro. They ain't still sorted that out. Because even yesterday, there was jokes about, I don't know who dropped that thing. Apparently, someone dropped the article saying, Gyökeres' dad's annoyed how long it's taking and he's crying and that. You know what I mean? Because the deal can fall through. That's mad. I can't lie. Exactly. So it's not done, bro. It can sit there. Yeah, so there might be an article today, but let me see if I can pull it up real quick, innit? Wait, did the no betting as a front sponsor start already? I don't know, I'll have a look. I don't know what you're talking about. I know that Arsenal, what's that team called? I know West Ham have this Boyle Sports up front, but I don't remember what that is, so I can't really say what's going on. Let me see if I can find the article on it. Someone said that to me. Yeah, but listen, I have to talk about this. You know, what I mean, I have to one sec, people. This is mad. Um, I know. Listen, I know that this says my man, but it's the same source that they showed earlier and on another one. So this, I think this came last night, and then even transfer whatever that account transfer updates, whatever they've dropped the same thing, yeah. Well, because it's the same source. So the negotiation continue without progress, and as a result, pessimism has taken over in the recent hours. They say that the lack of confidence in the deal led to the Swedish player's father burst into tears from Friday to Saturday. Bro, bro, I hear it because I know obviously they gotta make it all dramatic and that. It don't mean it's true, but it could be. It can be true, innit? You never know, bro. And he is emotionally distraught and even no longer believes the transfer will be successful. Now, you know me, and I'm not an idiot, and I know that this can be fake and that, but these are the things that are coming out, and so it's not done till it's done, bro. You know what I mean? And just because you walked around the stadium asking everyone where Yokeris is, yeah, don't mean that he's there, bro. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. The plane's empty. You know what I mean? There's no one on the plane. There's no one on the plane, mate. You know what I mean? About the plane. They're always talking to you about the plane. No one cares about the plane. But in reality, though, 2 years ago, the Prem passed a rule where in 2 years' time, no betting sponsor should be on the front shirt. I remember that, but this is the thing. I don't actually know when that's going to be in place and all that kind of stuff. I don't actually know. But we'll see what they're saying, innit? We'll see what they're saying, man. Allow me. Listen, at least it went viral, innit? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You got something out of it, mate. Yeah, you got something out of it. Let's go back to this. I know Newcastle were also linked to man like the Sassy. Do you know what I mean? If we can sell him, mate, should be chilling. Nonzinho obviously got announced on Friday. He got announced on Friday. And yeah, man, it's kind of going. It's going in a way I thought it was gonna go anyway. Like nothing special. Yeah, yesterday. You know what it is? Yeah, yesterday this guy was getting cooked. Was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday, or 23 hours ago. This guy, man. You know what I mean? They forced the tech fleece thing on him, bro. Just listen. Just wear the suit, bro. Do you know what I mean? Just wear the suit. He's looking hella clunky, bro. That's a carpet, bro. That's not a tech fleece. Do you know what I mean? That's huge. That's crazy. I can't lie. That's mad, bro. Look how his man's dressed, bro. And then someone said he got no aura, bro. Like everything's measured by aura. Like, bro, look, bro. Oh, come on. Man is just there, like, bro. Oh my days. The rule will be enacted after the coming season. Yeah, that's the thing about England, though, isn't it? Like, they're gonna do it in the next 3-4 years. They said they're gonna do it next year, but it's gonna keep getting pushed back. The same way they push back the offside, automated offside, and that. We'll see. They might not even do it this season, bro. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, man, like no, he will not. Yeah, the man is saying he will not finish 17th, and will have us actually enjoying watching our team. Unlike Ange, the man is saying leave my nerd alone. Tactics over aura, you know. I swear that. Yeah, this is funny. I can't lie. That's funny. But yeah, man. Aside from all this, let's see. Let me go back. Let me go back. Let me go. Notifications. Let's see what these men are saying in it. Always. Yeah. So Ekatike. So we all know like what's been going on with the whole Ekatike stuff, and obviously, um, with the whole Ekatike stuff in it, it's just one of them ones where they wanted to go for Isak. They kind of strong armed Newcastle to make a decision because there was also a possibility where Newcastle, Liverpool could have lost both players, innit? So not get Isak and then also not get Ekatike if he actually went to Newcastle. So they then turned around and tried to flip it, reverse thing to Newcastle and said, you know what? Either you sell us Isak, keep Ekatike, or we will get Ekatike, who's one of your first choices right now and our second choice. So it ended up being where Newcastle didn't agree the deal, and then I think you saw that Liverpool's just advanced with their talks, and then it just ended up being a thing where they agreed their thing. They were just negotiating a fee, and I think today we got the here we go, innit? Where's the here we go, lad? We got the here we go 4 hours ago. Um, Deal in place for 90 million euros for the French striker to join from Frankfurt, potentially reaching 95 euros. You see, me personally, I never thought he was worth that much money, innit? Because I think he was linked to us for, at the time, they were asking for 100 million, innit? So, it's just one of them things where, if he, they've always done well with these kind of strikers, innit? The false nines, the players that aren't out and out strikers. They've done all right with them up front. So for me, I don't necessarily think it's a big problem. Luis Diaz were playing up there last year. They had Firmino that done really, really well. So yeah, it's in euros. So that's probably like what he's between like 70 and 80 million pounds. Let me check. You get me? Can't be giving false information, bro. 90. Where's the euro sign? That's it. 78 million pounds. Well, the 90 million is in it. So if he reaches all the other thing, that'll be like 78 million pounds or something like that. I think with the position that they're in right now, obviously this is an upgrade on Nunes. Anyone's an upgrade on Nunes, so it kind of don't matter. But for the potential longevity of the player and what he can offer them and where they're trying to go in terms of, going for all the trophies, I think it's not a bad signing, innit? And the money's the money, bro. Like I said before, it's not my money. It's not our money, bro. As long as they do get the players that they need and your team ends up winning, it don't matter how much you spend, bro. You know what I mean? As long as they don't put your club down under, why does it matter, bro? I've been saying that. So, let me check this real quick. Um, let me read the chat. Let's look at what people are saying on the chat. 71 million 2 years ago. Where was I? I was here. They will win the domestic trophy for sure. So many expectations, not the league, obviously. Well, okay, what's the Jackson news, bro? Because I'm in other groups, so I would have heard something about the Jackson news. But then again, I know it's been linked to United, but that's let's see Jackson. Jackson. Yeah, I just seen United have held talks with Nicholas Jackson representative over a potential move. A lot needs to happen in terms of outings for United, but one that could happen in right circumstances. Worth noting, Chelsea have long-term interest in Garnacho. According to Hand of Arsenal, Jackson was offered to Arsenal, but by our agent Ali Barat, but club declined. You know what I mean? Finally made a good decision. You know what I mean? Finally. But you never know. In the future, you know me, I can sell any player, bro. I showed you, man, that, fam. Yeah, so we'll see what happened with Jackson. I don't think, I don't know, man. There's something to me with, we already knew that just because we had interest in Garnacho, don't mean we're going to go back in for him. Some people think it's like a cope thing, but it's not necessarily a cope thing, innit? Like, everyone knows that that's probably the worst transfer that we can have right now. Especially after how good we've played in, you know, the Club World Cup and finally seeing our team being back and that. Don't ruin it by adding like Garnacho to the team, innit? Like that's not the type of energy you need. You wanna be leveling up, bro. Do you know what I mean? So that would be annoying. But then even when we linked him in January, everyone knew that I was losing it, bro. You know what I mean? I was losing it. Because this is the thing though, he's worse than Madueke. He's worse than all these players man are losing their head about. So for me personally, that was not a transfer I wanted to ever hear about. You know what I'm saying? Obviously the real king's thinking that, come on, bro. Buy a player off me, please. You know what I mean? No, bro, I ain't buying him though. You know what I mean? I ain't buying him. Um. So let's see what I was saying, innit? Let me go back to see what I was saying. I think why they opted for Ekatike is to save some cash potential Rodrigo, which is I agree with that as well, 100%. I think they can also go for Rodrigo, which is very dangerous, isn't it? And what I mean by that is dangerous in terms of like, it's dangerous in terms of like they can just keep adding. Like when you look at the left wing market, he's the best guy that's out there. You do not want to be given letting one club take all the players that are out there, yeah. Because remember, we were out there for Ekatike. We were out there for all of those players at the time, yeah. We need to move more serious. Not just us, a lot of other clubs. Like, if you really want to be getting there, you need to move serious, bro. One sec, I'm just sorting something out. My bad, chat. So yeah, man, like I said, it's a very it's a good situation in my opinion for them in terms of the players that they're getting, the players that they're trying to get and all that. I think he's a good signing, innit? You know what I'm saying? I can't be sitting here hating about the signing that they're trying to get. I think that's a bit like it's childish to do, innit? I think that when you reach the level that they're trying to reach in terms of trying to win all the trophies that are out there, you have to you have to go out there and spend the money, bro. Liverpool haven't done that in so long. And this is the first time they finally spend money like Verts, Ekatike. Do you know what I mean? Just going there and just spending the money that they need, innit? Or even try to go for Isak as well. Bro, just go and spend the money, bro. Because at this point, you want to maintain being at the top. Then do it. Don't just say you want to do it. Go and do it, mate. Do you know what I mean? 95 million euros. Yeah, man. I think the perfect profile for Liverpool. And if they can sell Nunes Diaz, they can go and get Rodrigo. Yeah. Yeah. Man United have inquired rage bait on the Garnacho part. Yeah, but you know they always add something to the end, innit? They always add something to the end. Fabrizio does this as well. If it happens, we lose our head. If it doesn't happen, no need to lose your head, innit? I don't think there's any point going for it. There's a lot of players that we have not bought because of attitude issues and this and this and that. So why would you want to go for Garnacho, bro? Do you know what I mean? It don't make sense, bro. Arsenal need Jackson to unlock Madueke. Yeah, but it's like a whole thing, bro. You need Jackson. You have Madueke on the right. And then you need the Sarsi at right back. I think that will complete it, bro. Because then you got the link. So you know if you play Ultimate Team, yeah, you get players and they get the blue lines, the links, the chemistry. Bro, we all green chemistry, on that right hand side. All green chemistry. Or you can get Chilwell and put him at left back. And if Madueke plays on the left, you have the little tick, 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 all links, bro. You know what I mean? You got all links. I would have taken him at United, but the price. It's same for us. I thought, you know what? We'll take him, but his price. But this is my thing, though. I'd rather have two strikers than just one in it. You know what I mean? We bought two strikers for it. We bought the Lap and João Pedro for like 80 something million. And people are almost spending that on one striker, bro. You know what I mean? Now, like I said before, I'm not gonna gas these players yet. Delap is someone who I liked a lot, his profile and everything, but I still need to see him in the team. And it's the same for the other guy, innit? What's the other guy's name again? João Pedro. I thought it was just a Jackson with more strength, more aggression. Do you know what I mean? And he's more of a facilitator kind of thing, and he showed that he can also finish. So I need to see more of him in the team, and then we can really talk about like the levels in it and say, you know what, he's better than this guy. But if you look at profiles and whether he would suit our team and stuff like that, I do think that he suits our team more than a Gyökeres suits Arsenal. This is the thing, bro. Because profile-wise, the Gyökeres thing don't make sense, but they still need the striker, so I'll tell you, it kind of makes sense, innit? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, man, I got the Yazoo in it. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes Yazoo, and then sometimes it's the rivals tier, isn't it? It just depends. I would have taken it, yeah. In my opinion, if his third choice with limited minutes, yeah, if he's, what's he saying? If I would have taken him at United, yeah. If his third choice with limited minutes, with the absence of AFCON, he won't have any room to fill. Exactly, bro. That's what I'm saying. This is why I didn't want like an Osherman and that guy, bro. Osherman and like Jackson, bro. As soon as the chance, what's it called, the African Cup of Nations hit, like both of them are gone. Both your strikers gone. Yeah, I hear it. Listen, big up to views for the raid. Do you know what I mean? Big love for the love. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. You have to make sure you hit the likes. You know what I mean? Hit the likes and subscribe to the channel. I will put tools. That's it. Yeah, man. Just make sure you hit the likes and subscribe to the channel, man. You missed some funny bits that we done earlier, but yeah, man. Appreciate. Thank you to big up to Latvian Guna. Big up to Paris Mandem as well. Yeah, man. Come on, make sure you rise the like to 15. 15. Come on. 15. 15 likes, people, at least. Come on. Okay, what am I saying? The thing is, bro, that I don't want Garnacho to go Chelsea, then Jackson comes to United. Yes, Jackson's better, but than Garnacho, but I'm not playing 60, 70 for Jackson. Listen, you're more focused on the money, innit, King? Because, bro, you man barely have any money there, innit? You scrambling, like Barcelona, bro. You're scrambling, apparently. But this is the thing about Jackson. He's a really good player. He just can't finish, yeah? And my thing's always been about him that you need to make sure that you do something about it in terms of if he gets coached well, I can see Jackson be a problem in the next couple of years if he sorts his finishing out. Do you know what I'm saying? If he manages to sort out his finishing, Jackson will be a problem because he was a problem without being a good finisher, which doesn't happen often. Do you know what I mean? These things don't happen often. So, yeah, man. Yeah, like I said, big up to views. Big up, yeah, man. Big up views. Big up Paris, man. I'm nice to you in the channel, on the chat. Sorry. Yeah, my guy, Latvian Guna, man. my guy. Make sure you put your link in the chat in it. And put views' link in the chat as well. Remember the time Jackson left and we had Broya? Exactly. So we go back to our standard striker or someone that we haven't tried, like a Gu or someone else. Even though yeah, he's going on loan or something, but that's the point I'm trying to make. Like, you go from having a good strike force to all of a sudden nothing. Do you know what I mean? Noni, are you okay? Are you okay, Noni? Asking me, brother. Yo, listen, Robo, yeah. You see, I've been asking for my transfers and I got my money in it. Do you know what I mean? You've seen what your club's done, innit? So you can't tell me. I was coming to you with just saying when the first, what was it? When you guys first bidded like 40 million or something like that. I said, nah, man, we want more. We want more. Rise up the money. And within like 2 days, the whole deal was done. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, man. It's a funny one. What are we saying about Ekitike? I just started talking about Ekitike, yeah? I think it's a great signing for Liverpool, innit? I know that my team was linked to him. Do you know what I mean? There's no denying that. There's no acting like, you know what I mean? He's rubbish now, but because he's going to Liverpool, I think that he's a good link, like, and he's a good player that can. It's also a player for the future. It's not just a player for now. So yeah, man. People were calling him Baby Isak before he was linked to Liverpool. So he can be potentially the next Isak. For that money though, was a bit mad for the next Isak because he was supposed to buy him for cheaper, not put the Isak price on him, innit? But listen, I think it's mainly like for me, it's a large W for Newcastle because they've managed to keep um, Isak, which was the main thing that you would want to do is keep Isak in it. Make sure that you keep Isak and you can sell him on your terms later on. That's what I think is more important for me. Since my club got linked with Dalap, the strikers my club have been linked with, has it been great? My club are probably going to get Watkins, who is going to cost 40. Watkins was alright, but then again, Watkins, this thing, yeah, Watkins might suit your system because he's basically what Hoyland isn't, innit? They're running behind striker, but they can't finish. If Watkins gets the chances that Hoyland was getting, he'd finish them. Do you know what I mean? And I think if you're on the budget, get Watkins, innit? It's one of them ones where if you're in the budget, might as well get Watkins. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, make sure you sub to views. I know a lot of you, most of you came from that channel anyway, so you probably already subscribed. But if you're not, make sure you subscribe to the channel. His links in the chat. Big up, yes, have a good stream. Chat, I gotta go. Yeah, man, big up Vigilante, man. When my club can you just go and get Mateta? Yeah, bro, listen, Mateta is sick. I can't lie. I rate Mateta. I think he's a good striker, bro. Even him, Wissa, they're all like, they're good strikers, innit? And for me, this is what I was saying. I was looking at what players can provide to the team. It's not just about the name, innit? A lot of people think that if they get a player that scores 50 goals a season or something, it just means that he's going to score 50 goals a season for you. And it don't always work like that. Because remember, there's always been players that have moved to bigger clubs or moved to other clubs, and the system or the way of playing in that club is not actually the way they play what suits you the most. So what ends up happening is you just drown over there at that club. So it just depends, man. As long as you man make the right choices. I think Mateta, I think Mateta will be my first choice, then Watkins, and then, or you could get Jackson, innit? Jackson can run him behind too, bro. You know what I mean? Then he makes the pass. Berta was open to paying 65 million for. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that's crazy. The price tag mad, I think, is Baby Havertz. you know who's the next. I think Havertz with pace is Sesko. Even though Havertz had pace when he played for Leverkusen, he wasn't slow when he played for Leverkusen. It just now. This is another thing, yeah. So if you think about it, Havertz now has added muscle in it. Not as much as they put on Twitter, but he's added muscle now. Yeah. Recently, before his injury, he was like floating around like, do you know what I mean? He looked like he was high when he was running. So how do you go from that to adding muscle, or even which is still weight on your body? So you're gonna be heavier regardless. Yeah. He's gonna be slower than he was recently. You know. Do you know what I mean? He's gonna be slower, bro. So I don't know what he's gonna do for you guys. I don't know if he's trying to play him in midfield or whatever it is. And he had the hamstring injury as well. You add that extra weight, you're trying to move, and that your body don't always accept it. It's difficult. It's not easy. Do you know what I mean? It's not easy. So you gotta make sure that everything's sorted out. Do you know what I mean? You don't want to be adding extra weight. So when you're turning and that, you that muscle that you've just injured and you're trying to get back to say like to normal health and that, if you add too much, it's obviously not as strong as the other muscle which didn't get injured, innit? So you do turn or whatever, you can injure yourself, bro, easily. This is how like Reece James kept re-injuring himself, and we all know how thinner Reece James was before and how big he is now, bro. That can be part of the reasons why. So you now need to hope that the manager does manage his minutes, innit? Watkins is a volume player. He needs 3-4 chances. Yeah, man. I used to watch him when I was in the stadium all the time. He'll miss like 3 chances, score the fourth one, or when he's clinical on those days, it's one of those days where he's like, okay, cool, that might be a special day. You know what I mean? We have given you. He was only really clinical against Arsenal, innit? I can't lie, except for that one chance. But usually he's always clinical. He finds his shooting boots against Arsenal. Latvian given. We have given you 100 sterling. Listen, we want more, man. Keep bringing the money, bro. Big up TKA. Make sure you're subscribing to TKA, man. Make sure. I think he's finally started to go live and all that. Yeah. When I saw him live the other day, I was like, that can't be him. He's live. Because I knew he had a channel or something, but I never knew that. Yeah, make sure you sub to TKA, man. This is his channel in the chat, people. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, big up, Rob. Big up, yeah. So do you think that under this ownership you appoint the coach that will win, or you the league, or is it first or second year? Or is the league not the objective now? Do you think that under this ownership you appoint that coach that will win you the league? That's actually a good question, because this is my thing about this ownership. My thing about our ownership is that we don't have that much information about them. We don't have that much data. So like I can sit here and tell you so much about Arsenal's ownership in terms of their patterns of what they do in transfer windows and what's most likely to happen. One of the reasons we can do all that is because we've seen them over the years and what they do over the years, right? With us, it's more, I woke up one day, we had Pedro Neto. No whispers, nothing. Do you know what I mean? So some days some information comes through, some days it's not. So like a lot of the things that we're seeing, we're just taking data and seeing how they move in certain situations, what kind of players they're going for. When a player's performing now, are they trying to sell him or are they trying to keep him? Because remember, these ownership that we have, they're like they basically the disruptors of the market. They've come in and basically said we're gonna do this whole thing the way we wanna do it, in our way. And usually when someone comes in disrupts a market, it's very different, isn't it? It's very A lot of people might not like the way they're doing things, or they might not understand what's going on because they've never seen it before. But when it becomes successful is when everyone tries to copy the model or copy what you're doing, innit? And I'm not necessarily saying it's very successful so far, but everyone was saying about us buying kids and selling them or whatever. Yeah, now everyone else wants to do the same thing. Everyone was talking about selling the women's football team. Now everyone's selling the women's. Everyone wants to. Villa's trying to start selling the football team. I'm hearing Igal say, "Can we sell the women's football team as well?" Do you know what I mean? Everyone wants to do it now. So there's some things that are being done that we don't know about. So if I can't tell you we're gonna appoint another manager, I think they really believe in Enzo Maresca, innit? I think they really believe in him. So he so far has bought his time in the squad, innit? So what I mean by that is that he's from the ownership and that he showed that he's won in the first 2 years. I know it's not major trophies, innit? But still, there's a winning mentality. We've seen things change in the squad. Now it's just about adding and seeing what this team can do on, in the Premier League in a 38 season, game season. Now, what I expect from this. Whoa, 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 whoa. I just seen someone said Bomba, bro. Victoria maintains his clear position. Where, bro? Yo, listen, yeah. We don't do fake bombas, bro. Fabrizio United to hijack her. Where, though? He hasn't posted it yet, unless he said it on one of those video interviews and that these men do. We'll find out, innit? We'll see. Yeah, man will tell him it's all done, all done. I told everyone, bro, it's not done till it's done. But anyway, let me go back to what I was talking about quickly, yeah? So for me, I want to be challenging for the league, innit? And if I'm looking at what's going on, and I said this last season, top four was my aim, but every season it's going to increase. There's no such thing as we'll keep fighting for top four, and I've said this multiple times. That's not the way I move on that. So we've managed to get the trophy and the top four. Now we're gonna be challenging and get the trophies. That's what I want to do, innit? Now this is my point though. You challenge for 1 year. If you don't get it, now you have to see what you need. See what you need so that you can basically improve your squad similar to what Liverpool or what Arsenal's situation is in right now. So let's say we don't win the league this season, the coming season, yeah? We're second or third, whatever, yeah? Now we're in a similar situation Arsenal's in. What are the players that we need that add to this team to win the league, innit? Let's see what other business the people have done. How can we overtake the first or the team that's first and second if you're third, yeah? Buy those players and then go forward with that, you know what I mean, and spend the money and actually go win. If you don't win the league that season with the money spent that you've spent, I'm sorry. Time to get sacked, innit? I can't lie to you. But he's building the team now. And if he shows us that he's not really a winner, as in he hasn't really got it in him to win, then I just think, yeah, that he should just be going towards that he should just be leaving and just sack. You know what I mean? That's when you might be getting a different kind of manager though. So my aim this season is to go for the domestic trophies, which is a standard thing. You know what I mean? Always go for the domestic trophies and that. And then on top of that, you go and get you challenge, innit? Like look, from what I've seen last season, we challenged with Jackson up front. And we didn't challenge. Sorry, I have to take that back. We challenged all the way up to like December, whatever it was, yeah. But that's not even the point I'm making. Our football was good, but we never finished our chances. We never took our chances, yeah. So for me, I still believe that with what we've added up front, and we have a left winger, which is a bit more direct as well, I think that we can actually be up there. And if I'm looking at all the other teams around, I think it's only City and Liverpool that have a better squad than us or play better football. And one of the reasons I'm saying that, yeah, is only because I think Arsenal have taken a step back. I don't necessarily think that they've upgraded. Do you know what I mean? And they were already behind City and Liverpool. And City and Liverpool spent so much money and they bought such quality of players. Reinders, Cherky, you know what I mean? They've already got Haaland there. Do you know what I mean? Rodri's coming back if he's fit. We don't know what's happening. They played last season without that. We were only 5 points behind at the end of the season in top four. Yeah, and that's with us just fumbling games away and that. So if you look at what's going on the table, all we have to do is claw back 3-4 points, bro. And if the problem with Arsenal is that we don't necessarily know what style of play they're gonna play yet. We don't know anything because every season the manager changes it. So I can't really say, they have played like this last season and he's buying this striker because it suits his system and he's trying to take this to the next level. We don't know what's going on, bro. So I think so far, I think we'll either. I still think we might even end up higher than. It's not even an insult thing or I'm trying to troll in. I just think we're gonna be higher than Arsenal next season on the table. Not that it means anything, but I think it's gonna be Liverpool or City, Liverpool, and then I think we're gonna be third. So I think Arsenal just about make fourth if the other teams don't improve themselves or if they end up playing defensive football, corners and that like they did last season, bro. That's what I'm basing it on, what I've seen last season. Um I've seen this man figured out Arteta's preferences. Mad thing going at my club 29 in centre. Listen, he could be that left back, you know. He could take Skelly's spot at left back and then he can play Skelly in midfield. Because remember, what's that manager, man? Nagelsmann played him at left back one game. My club at the start of the window was 125. My club at the start of the window was 125 million. Man United could have got on way more 3 to 4 weeks ago, but they didn't want to pay the money because they thought that they could bad up Brentford. Yeah, this is the thing. If it backfires, it backfires. Do you know what I mean? So even Sporting got. I think I've read something about Sporting. Almera's president told Sporting that they need to hurry up and get and sort out the transfer for some guy called Luis Suarez, who's supposed to be Gyökeres's replacement at Sporting. And he's basically saying we're gonna let other suitors talk. We're gonna start we're gonna start having conversations with other suitors if you guys don't start sorting out the whole transfer thing, innit? So there is a bit of like pressure on them as well to sort this transfer out with Arsenal, but we still don't really know what's going on in it. So it's one of them ones. Big up TK, man. Just got started, man. Yeah, man. 100%, man. 100%. Let me know anytime. So what do you feel like your expectation for this upcoming season is? You in all the 4 competitions we're in. I think I've already answered that, but maybe that's because I didn't go through the chat. My club, I still think we could do a sick like Champions League run, innit? Because my club's my club. The way when it comes to like these competitions and whatever, we can always go far. But I think it's gonna be, we'll see, man. I'm thinking at least 2 domestic trophies, man. Even if it's the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup, or even just the Carabao Cup, listen, one of the two in it. I just need to see trophies again, bro. I'm tired of not seeing domestic trophies. Liverpool beat us up so many times, bro, in Wembley. So what do you feel like is your Fabrizio? Okay, yeah. My club needs midfielders badly. After watching the Leeds yesterday game, their midfield ran through United's midfield. Bruno was trying to get in Cunha's way when Cunha was in the 10. Listen, you man are in trouble, bro. And I've seen the quote about him talking about I need legs in midfield. You what? What do you mean you need legs in midfield? You should have sold Bruno and got your midfielders, bro. Do you know what I mean? If we lose, big up to AJ, my guy. If we lose Victor Gyökeres, Berta on the spot, I don't know, man. I just feel like people saw that the fee was agreed, the transfer fee, and they just, it's done, it's done, it's done, it's done. You know what I mean? They just got it. It just got into their head, man. And I've always said, until the guy's wearing your shirt, until he's got the shirt up like the Madueke announcement and all that, yeah, the NM14 thing, bro. Okay, he's at 20, innit? But that's not even the point I'm making. But until you know that he's fully signed the thing, there's no point saying he's here, he's here, he's here. That's why I never done any videos, bro, about the players joining my squad. He's here before he's here. There's no point doing that because if the transfer falls through, you're the one that looks stupid. Do you know what I mean? So, and players can still be hijacked, and some of our teams haven't actually spent money or finalized deals early. So there's always the door's always open, yeah, for someone to, you know what I mean, for someone to come steal your player, mate. Um, on Instagram. Fabrizio just dropped a video. United been working on Gyökeres hijack. Ekitike 80 plus 10. Extra 5 added. Extra 5 add-ons. 95 total. Yeah. Yeah, so, but I think he posted like before that obviously Gyökeres ain't really interested in going United, but like I said, you never know, mate. Do you know what I mean? You never know. I know Maresca have won you 3 trophies already, but what was your thoughts when you heard him last season say you aren't ready to be challenging? Do you think that the badge you wear demands more? Yeah, 100%. I didn't like it. I thought that there was a different way of him being able to go like with it. Like I didn't. There's a different way to go around it. Like I didn't think he had to say that we weren't in a title race, but he's the one that knows our players the most. Does that make sense? That in the squad he knows the players the most. That if he feels like they're not ready, cool. But you don't have to say that out loud, innit? But the mentality, in my opinion, has changed so much more from our running from that top 4 run. I mean, the last 4 or 5 games when we had that difficult running, the mentality has just been completely different. Before the PSG game, he was talking about, we thought you're not gonna have the most possession against PSG, and he's like, who said that? The players were saying we're gonna beat PSG. Do you know what I mean? So like the mentality has changed, bro. So I want to see what he does. You know what I mean? And then I don't want to hear too much excuses as well, innit? I want to see that, okay, cool. You were saying this because you were real at the time about that situation, but now you can't say the things you said before because there should be an improvement in what's going on the pitch and how what's going on with their mentality as well. So yeah, um, we've been backtracking since the 2020. Big up K, man. Hope you're doing well, my bro. We've been backtracking since the 22-23 season when we bottled the 8-point league. The lead, we went and then invest in players like Havertz, Marino, California, the wrong Neto, Sterling, so many poor recruitments. And listen, big up to you, man. The wrong Neto always kills me, big up to Lee. Yeah, but this is the thing. As a rival, I understand that sometimes we do the trolling thing and whatever. But I'm a football fan first and foremost, innit? So I can I can separate myself and be honest about what my opinion is and what I think I can see. And then I can also step into the shoes of a rival and just do the rival thing, innit? I can do that as well. But sometimes there's no point of trolling when there's a time to be honest, innit? Like when we were saying we would sack Arteta a couple of years back if he was our manager. We weren't lying, bro. Like I would have sacked him. The thing is though, you could have sacked him many different times, innit? So when he got eighth twice, the first time he got eighth, but when he got eighth twice, the second time he would have got sacked. But let's say you didn't sack him then. He challenged for the league the first season. The second time he bottled it, sacked. You could have even sacked him when there was 9 points ahead and didn't win the league. Because then look how many years he was there already. But there's different ways of the way you look at it, innit? So for me, end of second season probably that would have been more the one for me. When I think about it, when he got eighth and then he got eighth then the second season, sacked, bro. There's no, even though the improvement isn't necessarily where you are on the table as in a number, right? Because the table sometimes ain't really right. But at the same time, there's more you could have done. I think that the league position, Arsenal's league position, in my opinion, especially this season, is a lie. In terms of, let me explain myself here. If you throughout the season watched Arsenal, they didn't play as a team that was second. If that even makes sense. As in, if you watched Arsenal consistently, they were playing for corners. They were like corners, free kicks. I've seen them sit back against teams where they could have just went forward. There's so much things in it. And I feel like I remember watching people fall asleep watching streams. Big up to the troops in it. The whole season you're falling asleep, but then your team still ends second. So that also gives you an idea how bad everyone else was. Liverpool obviously ran away with the league. Arsenal was thereabout, but they still almost bottled being second because at that point we all caught up because they were in the Champions League. Um, who else was it? City had the bad that season. That was supposed to be one of the worst seasons in recent times, and they still managed to get top four at the end. So the league table doesn't always tell you what's really going on with your club. Because if everyone improves, sometimes you can go from being second to sixth, for example. Do you get it? Because in reality, you should have been fourth and not second. Like, but credit to them for still getting that space. But over the years, you've never really bought the players that you needed to get. For me, a lot of Chelsea fans have said that at the time that Havertz weren't a good player, and Havertz could be the reason why your club goes backwards in terms of the amount of money you spend on him. If you do get a striker, he's gonna want more than Havertz is on. It's just gonna be something that's just in the way of what your club has done in recent years. So yeah, man. Yeah, we'll see what happens in the season, but yeah, if Gyökeres feels bye Europe, old man Casemiro will be there end of United. So what do you think at the moment Maresca's biggest weakness is for you? Maresca's biggest weakness. It recently was that he didn't he weren't using the squad to the fullest extent. I think that's probably what it is. Because in the beginning, he was very flexible with his tactics. He was very good with his, like he played different formations. I'm not saying just playing about. I'm not just talking about playing different formations, changing it if things don't work out and stuff like that. But then the way I'm looking at it, yeah, it's just not working. And he's changing it up. He's bringing out different players. He always brought people off the bench. At some point when he started the season, he was playing Felix and this guy and this guy. Everyone was playing and everything. And when I had a bad period is when he weren't really playing people off the bench. He weren't making changes. The changes were coming too late. I hope that he's fixed that. Do you know what I mean? And also I hope that, I don't know, man. I think that's probably his biggest weakness. Other than that, he's still a manager with not that much experience in it, so he will be making mistakes that a experienced manager wouldn't be making. So we'll see what happens, though. We'll see what happens. Um, when all players are pressing, attacking, and defending as a team, you can win any game. PSG was not favourite at CL, and they did it. Chelsea were not favourite and did it. Yes, but also the thing with PSG is that they have not just they don't just play as a team. They don't just have the quality, but they also have ballers in their team, bro. Vitinha, João Gomez, Fabian Ruiz are all people that are proper comfortable on the ball. They're not like Gallagher's. They're not just runners that can run around and do things, and they basically play hot potato. They just tackle, get the ball, and just pass it to someone else. You do something. They can all do their thing, and when they individually can beat a press and stuff like that, that's when and obviously they got the runners up front. It's very dangerous, isn't it? Very dangerous. So for me, it's having the quality, and we showed that as well. We have that midfielders and that have the quality, and that's another thing, really, in my opinion, about Arsenal. That midfield has weakened, isn't it? And you haven't gone out and got proper midfielders to help you challenge if you also want to be going for the league. So we'll see what happens, innit? It, Who's in your midfield anyway? No guard, Odegaard. That's funny. They're both, they probably just bought him because his name is No Guard and he got Premier experience. Who else is it? Who else is their midfield? Rice and Zubamendi. Now look, Zubamendi's a good player, innit? But he likes passing the ball out wide. He's more of that. He don't really break the lines. Um, yeah, Merino, but we don't need to chat about Merino, bro. We found out that him playing up front is better than him playing in midfield, bro. It's the same with Havertz. He bought Havertz to play in the 8 and he's playing him up front because he can't play in the middle. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy work. But going back to what you're saying, there's not really, besides maybe Zubamendi, no one is like technically confident in midfield. Obviously Odegaard is, but he's not. He's really he's on off. He's off right now, isn't it? He's not really playing to his best ability, kind of thing. Whatever. Rice, bro. Rice is. You know what it is? I know why people like Rice. That he's a good, that he can defend and everything, but they overgas him so much. He's always been able to strike a ball. He did that at West Ham, so it's not something that he developed over at Arsenal. He's always been. Um, it's like I feel like that this is the thing. Like I want to see what he can do. But just couple of free kicks don't mean anything, bro. I'm trying to see you compete in proper midfields and that. And I've seen in the Euros, he always needs someone next to him. Now let me explain this, because some people said, "Whoa, nah, he's cool." When Partey was playing right back and he was on his own in midfield, man, Arsenal was losing games or that were getting ran through. Yeah, when they were putting Jorginho next to him, sometimes it was alright, but then it doesn't always work out. Merino next to him or Havertz next to him wasn't working. Yeah, he needed someone that was good, like a Party in midfield with him, and that's when they both work together. So I don't think he can play the lone six on his own. I don't think that he can do all this thing. And for me, I'm not looking at Rice's GA. I think what can he do to make your midfield solid, bro? The main man in your midfield. I don't look to Caicedo, for example, for GA. Don't score any goals, bro. Just make sure you got that midfield on lock and you can create from that midfield, innit? And one of my issues with Rice is that he struggles to pass in between the lines and that, bro. Like, he just can't pass forward. The first thing in his mind is just he holds the ball for too long and then he has to end up passing it out wide. Do you get it? Crosses is crosses, innit? You get the ball and cross it to the other side. It's like a percentage game, bro. You just have to aim at a certain location and just hope that the ball falls there. Similar, that's what crosses really are. Like, you take your chance kind of thing, innit? But I think you needed to add more quality in that midfield, bro. There's someone, so like, no God, he's experienced. I get why some people are saying it's just Premier experience, he'll be there, whatever. I hear it, but you still need more players, bro. You still need more players. Yeah, yeah, I agree with you as well, Godfrey, on that. Yeah. Because this is the thing though, because he's getting his GA, people are trying to use the GA to cover up for his deficiencies as a midfielder in midfield. You can't play the six on your own if you can't progress the ball forward properly. Because otherwise you end up being like a limitation to the team. Does that make sense? You can't really play the six on your own if you're not really someone that can move the ball like a Busquets or like a Rodri, even though they're obviously some of the best we've seen, but you get the point. They can easily beat the press and then just move the ball on quickly, or if they need to hold on to it, they are, what's it called? Press resistant. Do you know what I mean? I don't think he necessarily is. I think he's more of a recovery guy. He can get the ball, defend, and help defend the back four, like you said. And then just as soon as he gets the ball, just pass it to someone else. Let them deal with it. Do you know what I mean? That's what I feel like. So you're saying you'll truly assess Maresca this season because of competitions you were in last season at the Conference League, so you can rotate. But this is, yeah. I want to see what he does in champs, because we've never been in a situations where we've been in the Champions League with this manager, innit? So I want to see what he's doing in the Champions League. That Rice is starting to increase his junior. Yeah, let it work. I said, man, we can't play this season with a 4-3-3 again. It's placed too much emphasis to stand out in your position, and we can't do that consistently. So players become limited at times. Yeah, yeah. But this is what I look at: is a player better than the other player, or is he thriving because of the system? Do you know what I mean? There's a few players at Arsenal that are thriving because of the system, right? Now, I'm not saying they are crap players, because you're not always, in a title race if you're a crap player. But that's the point I'm making here is that if you if the players were as good as you thought, then a lot of the players that you potentially were saying now want to get rid of would have been successful at the time. Or the players that you rated at the time and you don't rate right now, like people now don't rate Martinelli, even though he has kind of fallen off. But there's a lot of people that never rated Martinelli in the beginning, because some of us have already seen that he had some deficiencies, and if he doesn't improve that over the years, then you might as well just get rid of him. As bad as it sounds, but this is where you should have improved players in those positions. But a lot of people love certain players so much that they just want to see them play consistently, and it's at the detriment of the team's success. And you find that out later on. You get me? If you had bought a good winger from early and Martinelli was backup, and then whenever you've won your trophies or whatever, and then that guy ends up leaving and Martinelli becomes the starter over years, great. Do you know what I mean? But because it's so like people are like, oh, I want to see Martinelli, Saka. It's like a Disney movie. I want to see them win. I want to see Arteta win, and 5, 6, 7, 8 years, bro. It's gonna be a decade soon, bro. Do you know what I mean? At some point, it has to be like a bit of ruthlessness, innit? Like, okay, cool. We need to do this. We need to win this. We need to do that. Otherwise, you'll continuously hear this song, bro. That's not Jabbo. That's not Jabbo. And obviously, you don't want to be hearing that song. So, make sure that you do well, innit? And you hold your team accountable, bro. But this is where you're like, okay, cool. I'll see what information I'm getting in. And then at the end of the season or at the end of the transfer window, I'll make my decision, or what's it called? Or make my mind up about what's going on at the club. And then you get it step by step. You observe and then you have the facts to go with. If that makes sense. You don't want to be doing this thing, yeah, where you just you know, like you just there saying it's gonna happen based on hope. A lot of Arsenal fans, yeah, and I'm not going at anyone really in the chat because most of you in the chat are my like bit like you're the man them. Like I'm not going at you lot, but what I'm trying to say is that I seem to realize that a lot of Arsenal fans that we see on the internet and that all their things are based on hope. Do you get it? It's all based on hope. There is no facts behind it. Like we already heard so much before. Gyökeres is done. Eze's coming. This guy's this, and I'm like, okay, you can't say Gyökeres is done if it's not done. There's a difference between facts and you hope that it's being done. Or the manager will win a trophy next season. I'm like, brother, like, how do you know he's winning next season? You hope he wins next season. There's a difference between hoping something happens that you can't control in the future and something actually happening right now. And these are the things that obviously are different between other clubs, isn't it? You either have the ownership and the manager and that holds the standards. And there's a few players as well at the club that I feel like have low ambition, bro. Do you know what I mean? You can't be losing that many years in a row and then you still sign a new contract. How does that work? I know you like the club. There's nothing wrong with you liking the club. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with you liking the club, of course. But how many years are you going to stay there, bro? Like, you look at Gabriel. He's like 27 now. He had more hair transplant than he had trophies. And then he's still extending his contract. So, at some point, you'll be looked at in a certain way. And it's not really... Do you know what I mean? You know what it is with Arsenal fans? A lot... For not the ones calling it out, the ones not calling it out, they'll really start losing their head when they look back at all the times where they've done the whole coping thing and it never worked out. Because they're just scared to take the risk on a new manager because they just like to be comfortable. It's almost like when you take the risk of leaving your job that you're in right now to get another job right now, and it might not be good money, but potentially you could be doing well. You've taken that risk. They're scared to take that risk to go to somewhere else. But we'll see, man. We need to go back. Yeah, man, you need a double pivot. You've always really needed a double pivot. I think putting one guy in midfield is not going to work. You need to have a double pivot, in my opinion. You know what I mean? I think that will help you a lot more. That's why they somehow rate Arteta, because they well where this player is shit, but they get the results. No trophies, only that jump in the knee. Yeah, it's all. We had someone the other day on View's channel telling me about do you know what I mean? We don't get beat up by the top 16s anymore. That's their metric, and that's the metric that they use. Do you know what I mean? That's the metric that they use, bro.
This is a sickness. It is deviant. Therefore, we don't want
it. They're basically saying, yeah, that we don't get beat up, and that means something, innit? All I needed to say, it don't work like that, bro. You know what I mean? This is why I get mad at the manager when we say lack pace in midfield. Yeah, he could have bought the midfielder. Exactly. No other fan base is cool with not winning a major in decades. Yeah. But why did it have to hit a decade? I know that we haven't won the league since Conte, yeah. But we've had all these weird circumstances with losing the club and all these other things. I know that a lot of people like to tell us we don't care about that, but it happened in a time where even our players were aging. Rudiger, Christensen, and that all left, so we had to rebuild the squad, and on top of that, sort out our club and get back to where we are now. So it does take a bit of time, but you also have to make sure that, oh, cool, this is what I need this season, and then next season this is what I'm gonna aim at. This is what I'm gonna aim at, and if it does not get hit, the manager gets sacked, and you aim again, and you go. No, don't go back and start saying Conference League and top four. No, we keep leveling up from that place the last manager left from and keep going before the squad's age. And the thing about Arsenal is the squad will soon start aging to where Arteta's going to start saying, I need to replace Rice and I need to replace Saka and I need to replace this guy and that guy, and Saliba might want to leave, and then now you have to get a defense again and it might not work out. And all these things are risks because you didn't take the opportunity to win at the time when you had the opportunity to win, when everyone else was down. So yeah, man. But you know what they're gonna keep saying though?
1 second. 1 second.
You know what I mean? So speak the facts on Arsenal, man. What have we achieved? So don't stop, because I swear I would have been deluded as them if our club was so successful. They make it out to me. Yeah, listen, man. It's hard to say it as a rival because a lot of the time they just keep telling you you're hating, innit? Like when you're on other channels and that, you get told you're hating and that. I'm like, bro, but we told you Havertz weren't gonna be good. He was at my club. I seen him. If he was a player that was good, why would I want to sell him to you, and why would I act like he's not good anymore when he's going to you? That's just the example. Mason Mount, we weren't crying when Mason Mount left. Look, United fans are fuming about Mason Mount. Yeah.
1 second.
I don't have it. I have the 1 second. I don't think I have the. Let me tell you something. But I have this one. Yeah. Be aware though, headphone users.
Why? Why?
But this is the thing as well. I do understand, but I think it's because they're trying to protect everything so much. If they play they play on a defensive, innit? No, but this is the thing though, TKA, bro. This is the thing. We call out our club ourselves, innit? Like we do it from the beginning. We say this is not right, whatever. But we get called out by Arsenal fans about things that we don't need to be called out about, bro. When it comes to haters. Brother, man, are hating on the Club World Cup, but you can't go into it. So why are you hating on it? Do you get it? Or you haven't won trophies. Why are you hating on a Carabao Cup? Or why are you hating on a Conference League? Or do you get it? That's when we kind of turn around at Arsenal fans sometimes and call them haters, yeah? But that's I don't necessarily look at haters, but my thing is just that it's a lot of the times where they will tell you, I've read recently someone say Caicedo hasn't hit his 50, has only hit, like, the way he's been performing, he only hit 50 million. Now he ain't really £100 million player. I'm like, okay, cool. And then later he tweets 100 million very well spent on Declan Rice, and I'm like, brother, like these are two completely different players. We're Chelsea fans are putting Caicedo almost on the Kante level, bro. Almost on the Kante level, you know. So for you to come and tell me about Declan Rice and that, I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. But going back to this, and I've just seen, I've just seen what you put in the chat, TK. I was explaining this to someone the other day. Jay, like the Hotspur Cave and all these other Tottenham fans, they were saying, listen, how about we skip this conference, like Europa League, Conference League and all that. We want to be winning like big trophies, innit? We don't want to, like, we want to win the Champs or the Prem. Similar thing what Arsenal fans say, yeah? Then they've won the Europa League. And then Jay told me, I think he told me or someone else, he said, I didn't know that this is how it feels to win a trophy. Like, because they haven't won it in so long, or some people haven't even experienced '08. So for them, it was like, if I knew that this is what I was going to be experiencing, and this is how it feels to win a trophy, I don't care, let me win any trophy. Do you get it? Let me win any trophy. This is the thing, yeah? Where a lot of the times, it don't matter, bro, what trophy it is. You have won something, your club has won something, celebrate it. And when it comes to being that young squad, you need to see the wins, bro. Like, they need to experience what winning feels like. So they know that, okay, this is only this, but I want to win. Like, imagine what a Champions League feels like. Imagine what a league title feels like. Do you get me? And there's a bit more hunger in that younger team, which a lot of Arsenal fans just don't understand. Oh, we haven't won in so long now. We've missed the parts out of winning those those other cups. So now, because we're in phase 6, we need to win a Champions League, or we need to win the league. It don't work like that, bro. It don't work like that. If Maduki played in the Club Cup final back the winner like Havertz, we would have said that fee you sold him was just justified. Yeah. I hear it. Yeah. Look, I know why Arsenal fans are not with it, and I also know why, if it's gonna be a starter, they're not with it as well. But it's as in the transfer itself, I know why Arsenal fans are annoyed about it, innit? But if he was just Saka backup, I feel like he's a different profile than Saka. He's more of someone that takes his man on. He's not a running behind player and that kind of stuff. So maybe he could provide you something else. But I've always said that he needs to improve his final third decision making. Other than that, I never really had a problem with him. I think people made his character and all that. They used that as a reason just because they wanted. The thing about Chelsea fans is because they wanted Olise and didn't get Olise at the time, they turned on whoever the player is that ends up playing in that position. Does that make sense? So they end up saying whatever. Yeah, but TK, if you're gonna be honest, yeah, Saka is from the Salah mold, isn't it? From that kind of player who, the way your right hand side is built is you get the overlap from Ben White, or what's the other guy's name, Timber, and then Saka uses that to kind of fool the defender by cutting in. He either gets a 1-2 by Odegaard and he runs in behind. Yeah? So he runs in behind. He doesn't get the ball and run past everyone like a Yamal and that. There's a difference between taking your man on and kicking the ball down the line as a player, bro. Like as a winger. This is what I'm trying to tell you. I think they're just two different ways. They play differently. Do you know what I mean? Kicking the ball down and outpacing your wing like fullback. Cool, innit? I call that the kick and run and that. The pass and run. You pass it to someone else, run, and then get it back over there. That's what Salah does, bro. Yeah, man. That's it. Pass and run and that. It's different. You know what I mean? We know about the different footballers on the wing, bro. Yeah, Netherlands. You know what I mean? Netherlands. They just said the same. That money should have been used to close the Jokeres deal. Yeah. Yeah, success rate. I hear it, and I feel like he's a better finisher, but Saka can protect the ball much better. Do you know what I mean? Maybe that's from his be left back days. Do you know what I mean? He's good at protecting the ball. He's more of a simple footballer. He don't take those risks. Like, with Madueke, he'll keep going for his fullback. Whereas Saka's more, if he doesn't feel like that's an option, he'll go back and pass the ball in it. So yeah, man, look, everyone has their different ways of playing, but for me at the end of the day is you need those players that sometimes just do something out of nothing, and I don't necessarily think that's Madueke, but if he does help you, then great. If he doesn't help you, then you realize that, you know what, you've been robbed, innit? Then us Chelsea fans can just say,
Gotcha, bitch.
big up Yasser, my guy. Big up Redman. And he will Paris man them, it's too much money for a backup. But this is the thing, yeah. People keep telling me it's too much money. If you're looking at a profile of player and all that, then no. A backup doesn't necessarily have to be 5 million. Do you know what I mean? Because remember, we had Felix, we paid 45 million for him, and he was the backup in the 10. So if you got similar quality, the problem is that you man paid too much for the quality. Okay, the quality and the price don't match up. That's the point. If he was, I don't know, another bad man right winger, let's say he paid 52 million for Neto and he slapped him on right wing, yeah, at the time when he was at Wolves, then you can say we have two bad man wingers on the right. Do you get it? Sorry. We have two bad man wingers on the right. And then if he's out, there's almost not really drop of quality on that right hand side. This is the way. Just a genuine view, not on your window. Delap was not needed, brother. Pedro. 1 second, guys. 1 second. Yeah. Before I end it, yeah, let me answer some of these questions that I've seen here. You say that every year. I know. Yes, a genuine view on your window. Delap was not needed, brother. Pedro and Jackson off the bench. Listen, Delap was what we called a market opportunity. Before Pedro was available, I would have taken Delap because for me, and I know people look at it differently, but for me, Delap, when I look at his, because I've been doing this whole thing of looking at players' profiles and what I think they can add to the team if they come into the team. I'm not necessarily looking at names. I'm not really looking that much at numbers, because sometimes a player might have come, like we've seen with Pedro, João Pedro. We know that he was a baller, but we didn't see some of the things that we've seen him do in the Chelsea shirt at Brighton. But that's probably the way, because of the way they played, or because he had Welbeck up front. He wasn't the guy up front. There's so many different aspects of things that can happen on a pitch. Now, for me, Delap is almost a complete striker, innit? He can run in behind. He has a very good first touch. He can strike the ball with 2 feet. Like ball striking is mad, yeah. He's good at heading the ball. He can do the whole, he can drop deep and hold up the ball and everything, and then he can also do the running behind. So he offers you so much, right? But because he was from Ipswich and he was only 30 million, no one really wanted him. But for me, market opportunity. I think that, in my opinion, he's going to be like the next Kane, innit? The next striker that can do more than one thing, kind of thing, innit? And I'd rather have him. And like, I just needed a striker, and I thought if he's going to be the one, I would have taken it. If they were only going to buy one, at least buy me someone who's an out and out striker, natural striker. Don't buy me someone who started playing at left back when he was 5, and then started playing right wing when he was 10, and then he started playing centre forward or up front when he was what's it called, 22 or something. Do you know what I mean? So you still take that, because I said I'd rather have 2 strikers than just one. If Pedro goes down and he's injured, I still have Delap. Or if Delap goes down and he's injured, I still have Pedro. Do you know what I mean? The thing is that Jackson provided us so much on the pitch. He was part of the way we played football and kept it ticking. But I feel like Delap or Pedro can do what Jackson did, but they also have this thing where in the box they can finish, which is what we didn't have. Do you know what I mean? Big up to everyone. We've just hit 20 likes. Big up to everyone that's tuned in. Do you know what I mean? Love for all the love. Much appreciated. Make sure you like in the video, subscribe. And if you go through the chat, make sure you sub into everyone as well in the chat, man. Do you know what I mean? Man, like, what's it called? Like TKA, Views, and I think someone else was in the chat as well. Latvian Guna, man. Big up to you all. I said that sometimes that's what you used to improve the team. The lap, trust me, I think the lap would have suited your team crazy at Arsenal, blood. He can drop deep and do what like Havertz does when he links up the play with you lot in the midfield, and then he can also play up front when you need him to play up front, which is my thing with Gyökeres. I feel like he can do more running in behind, making all these darts and runs, but he's not really great being around and linking up, which is why I have so much doubts about him, innit? The trampoline foot, the thing about chasing your touch and that, all those extra stuff it could be a problem in the Prem because of how tight defenders are and how physical they are. So I'm not saying other leagues aren't physical, but in the Prem, they just come at you straight away. You don't have as much time to go link your touch and like. But Arteta has to what's it called? Arteta has to adapt his way of playing and to get the best out of Gyökeres, bro. Yeah, true. The lap at Arsenal does a job. Yeah, 100%. Big up Zia, man, my brother, man. Hope you're doing well. I think Arteta adapts for Gyökeres, to be fair. Make sure you sub into Zia Talks, man. Bayern Munich and Al Hilal fan, yeah. He does all the watch-alongs. He even does Premier League watch-alongs sometimes and others, Champions League stuff. So just make sure you subscribe. Big up to Godfrey, man. Put the link in it. Yeah, he put the link in his chat, man. Big up. Yeah, so because the reason Merino worked is because Merino has certain fundamentals that ended up working out up front. Because his football IQ isn't the worst, it worked out. But if you put any idiot up front, it wouldn't have worked out. That's the thing. And he had the physicality. Because midfielders usually are, especially the good midfielders, you could put a Vitinha up front. Because he's so good on the ball, he just has to understand what his role is. On the ball, he already has that locked up. But he might just be too short to play up front, or he might not be able to do X, Y, and Z, and we know that. But if you have certain fundamentals, all you have to do is understand what you need to do in certain situations. Do you know what I mean? and he kind of got something out of Merino. The problem is if he starts putting Merino back in midfield, you get that Merino that no one liked, the one that was stiff and can't make runs and whatever. Your midfield has backtracked again, and this is why injuries will affect Arsenal a lot, especially in midfield. If that happens, we don't know how Saka's going to be yet from his major injury, right? We still don't know who's going to be a left wing. If you get Eze and put him at left wing, you're not getting the most out of him. He can't keep forcing the guy in the 10 again. Do you know what I mean? So we'll see, because they always keep getting chances. Arsenal still always creates a couple of chances. It's just whether he gets taken by Gyökeres, isn't it? But then again, he's still playing that small percentage chance like game where you're willing to, for your striker to take those couple of chances just about to win games. You want to be, in my opinion, I want to dominate and win the game and guarantee my win almost. Yeah. Oh, sure. Anyone over 29. Yeah. Yeah, anyone over 29. I hear it, bro. I've been there. Do you know what I mean? I've been there. But listen, though, man, then big up to you all. Thank you for being in the building. Thank you. It's been a nice, we've done an hour and a half. Appreciate every single one of you for turning up. So look, obviously, me being me, yeah, and we haven't hit we haven't hit 1K subscribers yet, yeah. So obviously, we can't redirect in it. But what I can do is, yeah, we can either redirect. Nah. We're gonna put someone's link in the chat, mate. You know them ones. We're gonna put someone's link in the chat. I will be doing more videos. I've just been quite busy, but I knew I'm gonna start doing more videos anyway. You guys will be seeing us. Do you know what I mean? Do more videos.
It's not sour, but
you know, I'll send you.
We'll see what happens. Lamans, you lot told me that you like Lamans, right? Not all of you, but I mean the people that are watching, the 616 people. You told me Lamans. So let's see what he's about if we do pick him up. So I'm going to look at the central midfield area. But with the Rios one, I can just see it being in a world where he's 16 million. Sorry, he got picked up for something small, for small value. Yeah. What did he get picked up for? Was it 20, 25 million? Something dumb. So I didn't even see the here we go. So you lot can tell me. It's just one of those where maybe not United, but in a year or two when he turns what 27, he's at the peak of his life. He's gonna perform. He's gonna definitely perform. You know, he's kind of similar to the likes of Mateus Nunes at Manchester City. I can actually see him doing very well. He's going to go for about 100 million. I'm telling you now, between 80 and 100 million, that guy's going to cost a lot of money. A lot of money. And it's like, well, United could have done with him. United didn't do that. I'm kind of tired of those conversations. Every year we neglect the midfield. We haven't actually. I'll big up Yasser for the indirect for the raid.